Good morning, black women. Sorry I look dead. I just woke up, took a shower. I'm dealing with the effects of the time change. That extra hour is really killing me. Hold on, Buddha. Hold on. Okay. It's just me and Buddha right now. Crazy lady gotta wait till I come back with him. She's so wild, y'all. She going through like teenage stage where she's um, being rebellious. She had she ran into her mother yesterday when we went on a walk, and her mother was trying to like say hi, and dogs actually cuddle with each other when they see each other. This damn fool puppy like broke away from her mother, like, get off me, I don't want it. The mother was like, right? I'm like, Naya, that's your mama, what the hell are you doing, girl? It was crazy. The mother was just sitting there looking at her like, she probably was thinking in her dog head, what has this lady done to my child? Nothing. Your daughter is crazy. Last night, I looked in my shoe rack and I had to go and get from Target those individual shoe cases that you zip up. Because this fool had killed 3 pair of my shoes, bit the whole back off in the front. I lost my mind, but it's part of the puppy shit. Like, they do that. So now everything that she could bite like that, I just gotta like encase it. And that shit goes on for a whole year for those of y'all that didn't know, okay? Because puppies are just like 1-year-old babies, out of control. But anyway, back to what I came on here for, because that's important. Yeah, booty, do not disrespect anybody's property. No pissing on their stuff. Walk down the block, homie. So, I happen to be perusing YouTube today, right? And for whatever reason, something said, go look at Kevin Samuels' page. So I go, all right, let me see what's going on here. Because I know that there was a transfer of ownership of the channel. I remember reading it, but I don't remember who to. I know the family has something to do with it. And of course, YouTube. I told you not to do that, and I'm going to hit you. So, to get to the point, right? They have a trailer on his channel talking about new material coming soon. Now, let me tell you something. Fight the urge, right? Don't go over there to see what new material is coming, because it's not. You know the nigga's dead, so it's not that. It's either going to be clips, how they have this new clip shit that everybody's doing, or they're going to do shorts of his original work. But here's the message and the understanding I really want y'all to get, right? Do not fall for this shit. I think it was Woman's Fear who had did a video on how white people found it very exciting and exhilarating to watch Kevin Samuels' show and to enjoy the humiliation of black women, and other black women joining in on the humiliation of black women on that show. So I believe the reason why they're saying that they put this trailer on his channel and they're claiming they're going to have new content. If they do have new content, you know that they have already chosen somebody to replace him because he's dead. And if he's not dead, and that was a big ass fucking bullshit situation, then you should disrespect the situation, because black women, you really better wake up and understand that you got to think that and understand white people are very strategic. They don't like us. They could deal with black males because black males are manipulable. They, in this country, in the entire history of us being here, the only people who fought against them and successfully was causing problems and changed the course of history was black women. People could feel any way about that they want, and you could talk about the figureheads that they put as men in front of all of those movements, but if you know your history, you know that all of those movements were done by children and women who started them off. And then the men came later, and because we live in a patriarchy, they pushed them to the front. I'm very serious. If you actually look up the history, you'll see what I'm telling you is right. Even the civil rights movement was not started by Rosa Parks. It was mostly started by teenage girls, like the one who was arrested with her a week before her whole entire famous incident happened. I always forget that girl's name, and she's the one that deserves credit for that whole kickoff, because when you read that little girl's story, she was a teenage mom of 2. She had been getting arrested a whole month before Rosa Parks got arrested for doing the same fucking thing, because she believed in equality and justice. But they didn't use her because of respectability politics, and they wanted to make her seem like what not to do for everybody else. But if you look into that little girl's life, she was more responsible and more grown than a lot of grown-ups, because she was taking care of those kids. All right? So, but anyway, to get back to it, the reason I'm telling you that and bringing that up is because remember that white woman that was on Jenny O's video that day that kicked off that whole thing about white women talking about how they're jealous of black women? I want you to revisit that video again. And if I have time, I'll do another video like I'm doing right now to show you what I'm talking about using that clip, where the white woman says something very specific to what I'm telling you. See, when you listen to white folks, they tell you they're playing hand without even thinking that you understand, because they think you're stupid, right? Black women. So in that video, the white woman was saying the jealousy that she supposedly pretendingly had with black women was not no jealousy. It is the threat and the caution that they have about black women, because they know we're not like black males. We don't get sucked into worshiping whiteness as easy as they do, and we actually love being black women. They don't like being black, period. We don't have a problem with the skin that we're in. They understand that shit seriously. So you are the fucking problem that they need to get rid of in order to do whatever it is they want to do to black people in the future. You stand in the way. So, and you stand in the way because of your mentality and your resilience. They don't like that, because regardless of what they've done to us in this country, beating us, raping us, killing our children, doing everything to us, we still have never allowed them to break us. Never. And we never will. So what happens is they have to find a way to try to beat that down in us. And the discord, the separation that all that type of stuff brings, like with black women fighting. I'm trying to watch this lady with this dog, because I don't want to have to hurt no animal out here today, but I will not be bit. So, oh, okay, she's doing the right thing. So, the discord, the separation that we have, right, between each other, they understand that there are a lot of black identified, black male worshiping women, and they're using that to their advantage. But they also know that there are tons of women like me and others that shit don't mean nothing to us. We know better. We can see past all that bullshit of wanting to be in a relationship, all that silly shit they pump in the media and on YouTube for us to try to believe that we're unworthy and that we got something wrong with us, and for us to feel ashamed and belittle our confidence to the point where we're just like miserable people who run around looking for acceptance weak and being used and abused, which is how they want us to be. So when you know all of that and you don't fall into it, and you move away constantly from the very black males that are doing that to you, that makes them upset. That makes these white people upset because they need to conquer you. They need to conquer you body, mind, and soul so that they can continue to make money off you. Because that's all this shit is about. They don't care about your humanity. They don't care about your standards of living. They just want to be able to profit off of you. So if you're not aware, I'm going to start doing more content. I told y'all about the psychology of black women, but also I'm going to impact politics too, and how the things that's happening to black women here are also happening to other women in the world. And women are doing the same thing we're doing. Those of us who are smart actually have some self-respect, self-esteem, and self-confidence. We're pulling away from them dudes because we have a problem with black femicide. We have a problem with the fact that I just read a case the other day, finally went to trial after 6 years of a stepfather stabbing a black woman over 100 times to death. She was the mother of 3 children, 2 boys and a 6-year-old daughter. He stabbed the mother 100 times or over 100 times, killed her. The little girl was upstairs taking a bath. The boys were playing games or whatever. He bypassed the little boys, did not do anything to them, went upstairs to the bathroom and drowned the little black girl to death, right? So my thing is, that goes to show you the very reason why you're supposed to keep in mind the effects of black femicide, the fact that you need to leave all those bastards alone, be ready to defend yourself against them at the drop of a dime. I have told you guys about getting your firearms, getting your knives, getting anything you need, even down to fucking crossbows and spears if you got to. Don't forget your protective gear on your body, like the websites that will provide you with bulletproof clothing, hoodies, pants, stab-proof clothing, head to toe. They got all this shit on the internet. So when you live in those really ignorant fucking neighborhoods where people shooting, robbing, and whatever, gear up. Gear up. And when you're living in a domestic violence situation where you got to worry about somebody trying to shoot you when you're not looking, gear the fuck up and be ready to fuck their ass up right back, because they coming for you. They coming for you because if you haven't noticed, white America doesn't think things through because they always so busy trying to maintain control. But the fact of the matter is, if they ever were successful, which they would never will be, in completely defeating the black woman in this country, you would have a level of poverty that would literally put you back to slavery. Because since we are the only ones in our community, or of our race, period, that actually work, take education seriously, the majority of us, we don't get on drugs or turn to crime until it's introduced to us by a black male. It would be a never-ending perpetuation of being destitute, like literally living on the street hand to mouth. So it's important for y'all to realize and understand that when people are telling y'all to move away from all these white people that's coming in our communities on YouTube and in general, trying to get into our heads and befriend us so that they could help take us down, stay away from these motherfuckers. Do what the slaves used to do. Know everything about them, but don't let them know shit about you. That's what you're supposed to do. So, the other part of this is, stop listening to pearly things. Why do you allow, and it's all, if you can't see it, I don't know why. It just means you're not smart enough. There should be no white woman in black people's business. There should be no white man in black people's business when it comes to our relationships and what we do personally. If they're talking about societal shit, yeah, because we all live in a society. But if they're not talking about education and employment and housing and etc., none of those motherfuckers should be talking about who you sleep with, how often you do it, what you do with any man you choose to do something with. It's none of their business. Okay? And y'all better understand that and start acting accordingly. You need to understand that. You really do. Because that is madness right there. They should not be in your business. The other thing is, stop talking to these people about anything about us. Because all they're doing is trying to stereotype you and brainwash the entire world against you, so that if they decide to do something radical to you, where your freedom is questioned, other people will condone it because they will feel like you're worth nothing and it's okay to do that to you. Y'all better wake up. Right? They see the world is falling into chaos. You got women in Korea, if you haven't known, that have decided to do this thing called the 4Bs, where they don't want to have relationships with males at all, not even their family members. And they're not getting married, they're not having children, they're not even dating. They're just, the women are completely doing a whole separation movement in their country from men. And that's because of the fact that men over there beat the shit out of women, treat them like trash, and no one helps them. So the women have decided, rightfully so, the same way the women here in America need to decide that in order to be safe and to not have anything harmful happen to you, keep away from those men, period. And if you don't understand that, then what's going to happen with black women is, because a lot of you are very ignorant and you like to think that other black women want to keep you from having this wonderful relationship with a person who's more likely to kill you, is insane. And you won't stop believing in that fairy tale until either you or somebody you know closest to you is killed by one of them. And then all of the hurt, the anger, and the rage will set in, and you will then and only then understand and see what the rest of us have been trying to tell you from the beginning. Stay away from them, period. Just stay away from them. When you come into this world, you're born into this world. You're not born into this world to be a lackey for a black male. You're born in this world to do what you're supposed to do for yourself. And if you don't understand that, you're putting yourself at a serious risk of dying by the hands of one of these jerks. So keep that in mind. And do not patronize any of those people's channels. Please move far away from them. Start becoming as self-protective as possible, because your life literally depends on it in every way imaginable. Not just black femicide, but the future of black women in this country. Please wake up and understand. Have a good day.